Every NBA fan on Twitter's worst nightmare just came true after the Boston Celtics won this year's NBA championship. But hey, give credit where credit's due. Brad Stevens built a super team while nobody was looking, and then everybody started to realize this when, hey, they beat everybody by 30 in the playoffs. It wasn't even close. There was no competition, and this team was one of the best teams we have seen since the 2017 Warriors. And if you don't believe me, look at the numbers. A top 5 team in net rating of all time, the best offense ever in terms of offensive rating. And they've got a superstar like Jayson Tatum who is willing to do anything it takes to win. 31 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals last night in the closeout game 5 in Boston. He had 9 assists in the first half. I mean, look at the way he facilitates the ball right here. Drew Holiday, little cut, or a little slip the screen to the rim. This team rewrote the rules offensively in the NBA with their offense, their 5-out system. It's not a new development. It's been around for quite some time, but this Celtics team makes it work like no other. Tatum was 11 of 24 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3 last night, so still not very efficient. One of the most inefficient players in the NBA Finals of all time, but his legacy is completely changed now. At age 26, he's already got 5 All-Star appearances, 3 All-NBA first-team selections, and an NBA championship. That is not bad whatsoever. And as I talked about, this 5-out system is unguardable right now. I mean, right here, Al Horford's just going to be the trail guy, and he steps into a wide-open 3. Then we saw this play earlier where Drew Holiday slips it right to the rim for the layup. As you can see, Al Horford's going to clear it out, taking his guy with him. Derek White, Jaylen Brown, their men can't leave because they're both good shooters. Jaylen Brown off the catch is a good shooter. And then Drew Holiday has a wide-open layup. Like, this is beautiful offense right here. Slips the screen, got the back cut from Jaylen Brown behind, and he's hanging from the rim because KP's going to clear out to the corner. Maxi Kleber's got to come over for help. They both go to the ball here, Dante Exum and Luka, so the slip is wide open, and then right behind PJ Washington, he cuts to the rim. And watch here as they all just run to the corners. I mean, that's their 5-out basis. Jaylen Brown's wide open here, but Tatum also gets a layup. This Mavericks defense was not prepared for this. They finally shut out the driving lanes in Game 4, but that's the only time they really stopped it. This whole offense revolves around Tatum and Brown being able to get to wherever they want, whenever they want, as elite slashers, and then guys like Drew Holiday playing really good basketball, cutting off of them and getting to the rim. This time it's KP with, a great cut behind Lively who has to help. He gets there before PJ Washington can rotate down, as you can see here. And it's just a wide open dunk. Like, PJ doesn't even realize it. Not great awareness by PJ Washington, but this whole team, they are elite cutters, and that's what makes this offensive scheme so deadly. Once again, Drew Holiday with the slip. They do that a lot. They set the guard-on-guard screen. Right here, you got Jayson Tatum just bullying Tim Hardaway Jr. Get this man off the court. Get him on another team. He's wanted in Dallas right now. But this team has the best floor spacing in the league, with the only team to have 8 players hit 100 3-pointers this year. 229 3-pointers made in the regular season for Jayson Tatum, 197 for Sam Hauser. Derek White right behind him with 196. Peyton Pritchard off the bench with 147. And how about Peyton Pritchard? Nobody shoots it like him with the buzzer beaters. Jaylen Brown, 145 3-pointers made. Drew Holiday at 138. And then Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford bringing up the rear. KP with 110. And Al Horford with 108 at age 38, I think? It's crazy. He's going to be back next year for age 39 season. We'll talk about that more later. But the glue guys on this team are super important. And they're not ordinary glue guys. Drew Holiday is not an ordinary glue guy. This is a guy that 3 years ago won an NBA championship while averaging 20 and 7 and being the best defensive player on the court. He averaged 14.5 points a game in the finals, about 8 rebounds almost. Very good final series from him. Very selfless player to be able to come in, accept a much smaller role, but hey, he's winning championships on one of the best teams ever created. Derek White, another guy. His dad was taking shots at Jimmy Butler on Twitter. Crazy stuff. But Derek White didn't have his best series, only averaged about 14 points, 4.4 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1 block. And that's the crazy thing. The Celtics dog-walked this team without KP pretty much. He was there for like 2 games, and then Derek White didn't really play that good, and they still dog-walked this team. Tatum was inefficient. Brown was good early, but later on he wasn't as good. Check out the block right there from Derek White, and then, of course, this man right here, Peyton Pritchard, does it again. The place explodes. He's him. He is so him. He's my favorite player in the NBA just because, as a fellow undersized white guy, he can go out there and still get buckets with the best of them. And then Al Horford announces today he will be back next year for another year. 7 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2.6 assists for him. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a break here. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. We're aiming for about 200 likes on today's video. If you could hit that like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. It helps this video grow in the YouTube algorithm. And if you hit the like button, you may as well just hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, basically everybody that watches these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if that is you, go ahead and fix that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and continue on. The highly controversial Finals MVP, in my opinion, you should have just given it to Brad Stevens. Nobody would be mad. But Jaylen Brown put up 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals in a closeout Game 5 and ends up winning the Finals MVP. I mean, Tatum probably did a little bit more, but Jaylen Brown was more efficient. Last night he was not efficient, putting up tour dates from the field in 3, 7 of 23, 2 of 9. Not fantastic, but hey, it'll get the job done. Dallas, they brought very little fight last night, and like 17 assists between Brown and Tatum. That shows you how important they are to this 5-out offense and how good they can make it flow. Right here, another assist to Al Horford. He's going to come down. He's got P.J. Washington on him. Sam Hauser setting a little screen. That's horrific defense, but they're going right at Luka Doncic. And hey, he signed that contract to become the highest paid player in the NBA this offseason, and he proved why, going out and winning the Finals MVP, which is one of the most important awards you can win. Now, the scary part about this Celtics team, I know I've taken a little while to get to this point in the video, but this team, they're all back next year, and they're pretty much all back the year after that. There's a good chance Al Horford retires, but Derek White, they'll need to re-sign him. Other than that, everybody's back. Peyton Pritchard on a great long-term contract. They'll need to bring back Sam Hauser, but hopefully they can do that. And they have their picks. They got their pick this year, next year, the year after that, and the following year. Crazy stuff. I mean, the real MVP of this finals, I said it before, but it should be Brad Stevens. This man has gone out while keeping all of his picks and created a super team, gave up other teams' first-round picks to get these guys. Now, that did end up being a lottery pick that he gave up with Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon to get Drew Holiday, but it turned out fine. Derek White trade, that was a great trade. The Al Horford trade was a steal, giving up a guy that's in Spain now, as much as it hurts me to say. As a huge Kemba fan, he's now in Spain for a guy that can contribute to a finals team. And then this absolute thievery right here that was Marcus Smart for KP and 2 first-round picks. Crazy stuff. And oh, by the way, like we said, you look at the salary cap table, everybody is back. Wouldn't be shocked to see Jordan Walsh being a huge contributor next year. Or not huge, but a good bench piece. And could they go back-to-back is the question. I mean, some of the other threats, you of course got Denver looming large out in the West, but they got taken out by Minnesota, the number 1 seed out West, being the Thunder. Definitely, I mean, a great young core. Could be scary. Before long, you're going to have to be dealing with Victor Wembanyama. In the East, you know, the team that beat you last year was not fully healthy this year, so we'll see what can happen there. But again, Miami really posed no threat to Boston this year. I know they didn't have Jimmy, but still, no threat whatsoever. And, of course, Eric Spoelstra, great coach, great chess match, but we will see. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video at any point. Also, leave me a comment down below. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.